It was the first day of the month, the very same morning her Social Security had arrived like clockwork for the last 14 years. And a woman in Ohio sat alone at her kitchen table, staring at her bank balance and waiting for a deposit that this time simply never showed up. There was no phone call, no letter, no advance notice. Just a blank space in her account where her federal payment was supposed to be. She had not made a mistake. She had not missed anything, violated any policy, or broken even one rule. She had only overlooked one small change in the way Social Security sends payments in 2026. It is the kind of change that never leads the evening news and rarely gets explained in plain terms. And by the time most people realize what happened, the damage has usually already been done. So stay with me for the next few minutes because Social Security has just changed 3 rules about how your money actually gets to you, your direct deposit. And every single one of those changes can either protect your payment or quietly place it in danger. By the time we finish here, you will know exactly what changed, why some seniors are being caught completely by surprise, and the exact steps that keep your payment safe, on time, and away from the wrong hands. I'm Walter Barron. I'm a state bar licensed estate attorney, and for more than 15 years I have sat across the table from families trying to protect their homes, their savings, and the money the government already owes them. I read the fine print in these rules, so you do not have to. And I'm going to walk you through all 3 of these changes the same way I would explain them to my own parents. And stay with me whether you started collecting benefits last year or 20 years ago, whether your monthly check is $1,200 or $3,000, because at least one of these 3 changes is going to affect you or someone you care about. And the one you assume does not apply is very often the one that matters the most. Do me one quick favor before we begin, because it truly helps this information reach the seniors who actually need to hear it. Tap that like button and subscribe so the next update finds you too. Now let me lay out all 3 changes right up front, and then we will take them one at a time and go deeper into each one. The first change is to the payment itself. The paper check era is officially over, and if the information on your account is even slightly outdated, your check can simply stop. The second change is to how a direct deposit update gets approved. It now happens in a single day instead of taking a month. And that speed is both a gift to you and a gift to a scammer at the exact same time. And the third change is to how you even access your own account. There is now an identity wall standing in front of your Social Security login. And if you are on the wrong side of it when a problem hits, you can be locked out of fixing your own payment, your deposit, your approval, your access. Let's get into it. The first change is the one that sounds the most ordinary, but it carries the most immediate risk. For as long as most of us can remember, the government would print a check, seal it in an envelope, and drop it in the mail. That era is over. Under an executive order signed in 2025, the Treasury stopped issuing paper checks for federal payments at the end of September last year, and the full system finishes going completely electronic this year. The reason is not hard to understand, and it is not really being argued about. The government's own numbers show that a paper check is about 16 times more likely to be lost, stolen, or fraudulently redirected than an electronic deposit. That one statistic is the entire backbone of this change. Now here is where it becomes real, and where it can actually hurt people. So let me make it practical. Picture a woman, I'll call her Pat, 71 years old, who had received the same check at the same address for years, then switched over to direct deposit some time ago and never thought about it again. Then the bank she used was bought by a larger bank. Her old account was quietly closed during the merger, and the routing number still sitting on file with Social Security now pointed to an account that no longer existed. Pat did nothing wrong. She broke no rule. But on payment day, her money had nowhere to go, and it simply never arrived. And there is no paper check coming in the mail to rescue her, because that backup system is gone. This is the trap. It does not catch the people who did something careless. It catches the people who did nothing at all, the people who simply assumed the account they set up years ago was still fine. So the very first thing every single person watching this needs to do is confirm that the bank account Social Security has on file for you is the one you actually use right now. If you have changed banks, closed an account, or gone through a bank merger at any point in the last few years, I want you to assume the information is wrong until you personally log in and see with your own eyes that it is correct. The second change is about how a direct deposit update gets approved. And this is the one I need you to slow down for, because it cuts in both directions. It used to be that if you changed the bank account where your check goes, that update could take up to 30 days to actually take effect. That is over. Social Security now runs your new account information through a Treasury verification service that checks the bank almost immediately, and a change can now go through in as little as one business day. On the surface, that sounds like nothing but good news. Your money moves faster, problems get corrected faster. But I want you to think like an attorney with me for just a second. If a legitimate change to your account can clear in a single day, then a fraudulent one can clear just as fast. The old 30-day delay was slow, frustrating, and inconvenient, but it also created a window, a full month in which a wrong or criminal change might be noticed and stopped before any money moved. That window is now only about a day wide. So here's the rule that protects you, and it has not changed. It has simply become much more important than it used to be. Social Security verifies your account through the mail. They do not call you. They do not text you. And they do not send you emails asking for your routing number or your account number to supposedly protect your payment. The phone is where the fraud lives. Their own investigators describe the scam in 4 simple steps, and once you hear them, you will recognize it immediately. First, the caller pretends to be someone official from the agency. Second, they create a problem. Your benefit is suspended. Your account was flagged. There is an urgent review. Third, they apply pressure, usually with a short deadline, 24 or 48 hours. Act now or lose your check. And fourth comes the ask, your account number, your social security number, a verification code. Every version of this scam follows that exact same pattern. If you ever find yourself in a conversation that moves through those 4 steps, you are not talking to the government, and you hang up. Then you contact them using a number you already have and already trust. They do not reach out to you like that. And while we are on the subject of money, the system will not simply hand to you. So many of you have asked me to put the property tax breaks, the social security traps, and the bank protection strategies I cover on this channel all in one place with exact steps. So you are not wasting hours digging through confusing government websites trying to figure out what applies to you. So I did. It is called the Senior Money Playbook. It is written in plain English for people over 65, and the link is right down in the description if you want it. Now stay with me, because the third change is the one almost nobody is talking about, and it is the one that quietly traps the people who are not prepared for it. The third change is to how you get into your own Social Security account, and it is the one that sneaks up on people. For years, you logged in with a username and password you created a long time ago, and you never had to think about it again. Those old logins are dead. To get into your account on the Social Security website today, and to change your direct deposit online, you now have to verify your identity through one of 2 approved systems, Login.gov or ID.me. If you never made that switch, your old username simply stopped working. And here's the real problem with that. The exact day you actually need access to your account in a hurry, the day a payment is late or something looks wrong and every hour suddenly matters, is the worst possible day to find out you are locked out and now have to go through a brand new identity verification process from the beginning. So please do not wait for the emergency. Set up your secure login now, today, while everything is calm and nothing is wrong. That way, the door is already open if you ever have to walk through it fast. And if doing all of that online feels overwhelming, you can verify your identity in person at a Social Security office. But again, you want that handled before you need it, not in the middle of a crisis. So let me give you the simple protocol, the very same one I would hand to my own parents. Just 5 steps, and you are protected. 1. Confirm that the bank account Social Security has on file is the one you actually use today, especially if you have switched banks or gone through a merger. 2. Set up your secure login through Login.gov or ID.me now, before you ever need it. 3. Know your payment date and write it down, because the new schedule can shift your deposit by a day or 2. And knowing the true date keeps a normal delay from feeling like an emergency. 4. If your deposit is late, give it 3 full business days before you do anything, because most delays in this new system clear on their own. And rushing in panic is exactly the moment a scammer is hoping to catch you. And 5, if you ever need to call Social Security, use only the number printed on a document you already have in your possession. Never use a number a caller gives you, and never trust a number from a random search result that could be a spoofed or fake listing. And here is one last habit that quietly removes most of a scammer's power before they ever get the chance to use it. If you have a spouse, an adult child, or a trusted friend who helps you with bills, tell them which bank your check goes into, and agree together that if either one of you ever gets a call claiming to be from Social Security, You speak to each other first before anyone takes action. That one simple agreement shuts the door on the most common version of this scam before it can even begin. Because here is the truth underneath all three of these changes. The paper safety net is gone. Your money now moves faster than it ever has before, and the system quietly assumes that you are going to protect yourself. So the senior who checks their account on payment day and does not see the deposit yet is not panicking, because they know exactly what changed, exactly how long to wait, and exactly what to do if something feels wrong. That is the whole difference between that morning becoming a crisis and it becoming just another quiet morning at the kitchen table. Confirm the account, set up the login, know your date. The system is not going to protect your check for you. You are. This is general education, not legal or financial advice for your specific situation. So confirm your own details directly with Social Security before acting on anything. And if this helped you, do me a favor and share it with one person over 65 who depends on that monthly deposit, because there is a very good chance nobody has told them any of this yet. I'm Walter Barron.